What's good, Raider Nation? Welcome to Monday Night Madness. What is going to save Pete Carroll's job? Matching a 4-game winning season or getting the number 1 draft pick?
Monday Night Madness.
Little technical difficulties. I'm sure it'll run it some.
Monday Night Madness is where your voice takes the mic. This platform is for the dysfunctionally passionate Raider fan to provide their overreactive analysis, provide their emotional persuasiveness, and a chance to be grossly opinionated. When you take the mic, your hot take doesn't necessarily reflect the beliefs of all of Raider Nation or of this show. There might be cussing, arguing, and fans appearing on camera that aren't camera ready. Everyone is welcome to take the mic and join the madness.
If there's anything we've ever done that I'm particularly proud of, I would have to say that the perpetuation of the greatness of the Raiders, to take a professional football team and give it a distinct characteristic that's different from all others.
I think this journey is the most special because there's not a lot of people that have the opportunity playing in high school and college and then pro and then being injured and then starting coaching as a young coach.
Can portray me any way they want because I don't give a damn. I am what I am, and until those people touch me close enough, they'll never know what I am. If they want to see me in this interview or in a newspaper article and say, what's the matter with this guy? Let them say it. But don't you analyze me and don't you tell me what I am until you get close enough to understand what I am. Then you can make an analysis of me. But don't you dare do it until that.
Clicked in my mind that if you just run through somebody's face, a lot of people ain't gonna be able to take that over and 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 over. Run through a motherfucker face.
The mental side of the game is taking me to the next level, and it's true confidence. It's feeding your brain elite of elite. And as I always talk about 1% and more is required, and I always say these things, but it's what I live. I see it everywhere I go because you have to constantly train your mind for greatness.
Merry Christmas, Raider Nation. Welcome to Monday Night Madness. This is the show where you don't want to hear from us. We want to hear from you. So take the mic and join us live. The link is pinned to the top of the comments there. If you want to come backstage, and if you're not camera ready, can still appear with the camera off. Remember, light that torch, hit that like button, and subscribe. You can also join to become a member of the show. What's good, my friends? Welcome to Monday Night Madness. Omar and Arthur, we've got a few hot takes here we're going to go over. So the hot takes are, what will save Pete Carroll's job? Devin White record-breaking season? Who has the best chance for number 1 pick? And quite frankly, whatever else you want to talk about. What's good, fellas?
How we doing?
You know what? We're doing well. Or I'm doing well. Oh, we just lost Omar. Lost Omar.
Wow.
He's out. He's on out.
He's gone.
It's a wrap on this season.
Yeah.
But let's talk a little bit about it, because we're, as fans, I think we're at this place where we're trying to decide if we want the Raiders to win or lose. Correct? Sure. I know where I stand on it. But it's hard, right? Because at this point, it would benefit the Raiders not to win. They're a 2-win team, as we know. The Giants are a 2-win team. The Titans are a 3-win team, and the Cardinals are a 3-win team. Any one of those teams could land the number 1 draft pick. So when I'm watching that really close game yesterday, deep in my soul, I am rooting for them to win. I want them to win. I want them to perform well. But at the end of the day, I'm kind of like, ooh, I'm not sure I want y'all to win. What are your guys' feelings on it?
I think I got what I wanted yesterday. We talked about it last week. We got a competitive game. We saw some fire. I saw some spark from everybody, and that's honestly all I wanted to see. I just wanted to see that this team still cared, that they still wanted to go out there. They're still professionals. They want to go out there and do their job and show that they haven't given up yet. And I think that's what we saw yesterday. We saw, especially on defense. That defense was all over the place. So for me, the loss was kind of a win in a way. I mean, we didn't win the game, but it's a win in the fact that we're still moving towards our ultimate goal of hopefully getting the number one pick, but still seeing a team that has some fire behind it and some drive.
Definitely. I agree with all that. I was really excited to see Jeanty have a good game. This kid has been held back by this offense his whole rookie season. And so it was really good to have, to see him do well. That 60-yard reception had me pumped. And I was like, wait a minute, calm down, bro. We can't win this game, but it's I was torn, you know what I mean? Because I'm always, it's hella mixed feelings, you know what I mean? Yeah. Because it was so good to see them. And then here I start thinking, damn, I hope they don't play this well next week, though. We mess around and beat the Giants. You know what I mean? We might beat KC. I mean, I just want it to be that entertaining. Like, hey, play hard, compete, but don't win. Let's win the first round pick. Let's win the first overall pick. So, yeah, mixed feelings. Good to see these guys ball out. It was good to see Charles Grant out there. I think that was at his first game, I believe, seeing him out there. He played a few snaps.
5 snaps last week.
Porter kind of struggled a couple of times and got some bad penalties, but I'm still, liking to see the kid out there. So, of course, seeing the rookies out there, seeing Besh make a pretty good catch. Yeah, you know what I mean? So there were some things that had me. There's some things that had me real excited yesterday, and then to lose very close. Oh,
see, I'll tell you what. I thought Porter held his own. I thought the penalties late in the game, they were pretty ticky-tacky. So, I mean, had the Raiders been fighting for like a playoff spot or something, I'd have been a little bit more upset about those penalties. But like I said, I thought he held his own for 3 quarters against Nico, and it's good to see him get those reps and learn. So I have no issues with the way Porter played yesterday.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm with you with that, Arthur. I think those calls were questionable, especially the late pass interference where the ball wasn't even in the television frame. It looked uncatchable. But like you said, if the game actually, was a game we needed to win for the playoffs or something like that, I'm with you on that one. So let's really go into depth here. By the way, if you're playing along with us, we are going to be Pete is the drinking word of the night. If you're playing along with us, every time we say Pete, you know what to do.
Hey.
Salute. Okay, so let's get into it. Okay. 3 teams left, right? As we said. Who is most likely to end up with the number 1 pick? Again, it can go to one of 4 teams. The Giants sit at 2 wins. Obviously, they play, and the Raiders. Obviously, the Raiders have Kansas City after, and then the Giants have the Cowboys. So let's start with that. What do you think? Just these 2 teams right now. What are the winnable games for either one of these teams? Who is going to end up with the worst record between these 2 teams with those opponents left?
I'm nervous. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I mean, Jackson Dart played terrible last week.
Yep.
If he plays like that next week, we screw around and win.
Yeah.
And then when you think of Kansas City, I mean, Mahomes is gone. Minshew is gone. We're down to, I don't even know what this kid's name is who's going to play at quarterback. I mean, so I'm nervous. I'm more nervous than a long-tailed cat in a room full of rocking chairs right now, okay? I'm like, man, don't try to end strong like that.
Right.
It ain't time to compete now.
Let's talk about the compete situation, right? Because it would be better for Pete Carroll to end up with 4 game wins as matched last season. Is that better for him? Does that help him keep his job?
I don't think anything helps him keep his job. I've said it for weeks. I think he's gone. Honestly, I think that him winning those 4 games and getting us the 6th, 7th, 8th, whatever pick, we landed with 4 wins in the draft is actually going to be one of those things that's going to, like I said, really push him out the door, because now it's like, you won a couple meaningless games late in the year. We're worse off than we are. We don't have, there's no way, or we're going to spend a lot of draft capital to trade up to get a quarterback or to get what we want. And, you didn't do anything for us. You're on your way out the door anyway. So I mean, I can see it one of those situations that happened, 3 or 4 years ago with the Houston coach, where he beat the Bears in the last minute or won that game in the last minute, and they were supposed to be the number 1 pick and didn't get it. And they end up firing him for it. So I don't think anything saves Pete's job, and I'm okay with that. I agree with Omar. I'm very nervous about these next 2 games because being a 2-win team or being a 4-win team, like I said, we're still a bad team, and we need to get better. And winning those games, they can help us get better.
And I don't think 4 games should keep Carroll's job, because the last guy won 4 games and he lost his job. So precedent has been set. You know what I mean? And I regardless, Pete Carroll should be gone at the end of this season.
If nothing else, I'd like to see his son go. But here's the thing that worries me. Because I was thinking all along that if the Giants end up with the number 1 pick and we end up at number 2, that still means if the quarterback is who we're going for, that still means we have a chance because we think that they have their quarterback in Jackson Dart. Well, I'm hearing rumors now they are not happy with him, and they want to sign Fernando Mendoza if they're in the number 1 spot. So that concerns me as well too, because for a while I was thinking, okay, if we do want the quarterback, we can be at 1 or 2 and still end up with him. Now I'm hearing this.
Well, there's also the possibility too that if they do like Dart, they trade down and someone jumps up. Absolutely. Who's a quarterback hungry team. You got the Cardinals out there, you got the Jets out there who, you know what I mean, who are a few spaces down that could trade up. So our best interest is to get the number 1 spot, or even trade up ourselves for the number 1 spot, which may not be that lucrative for us because, depending on who the Giants like, trading down 3 or 4 spaces could be more advantageous because they'll get more picks trading that far down. So, it's going to be a draft day, thing, a little bit of drama, I think.
And let's face it, the Jets have a lot of draft capital after the trades they made at the trade deadline. So, yeah, I mean, us being number 2 just means that we're not getting our guy, or not, we don't have a choice between Mendoza or Moore or whatever. I mean, like I said, I can see the Jets definitely making that trade, and like I said, spending some of their draft capital they got from the Cowboys and Indianapolis.
So I just think Mendoza's going to go first. So
100%.
If that's our guy, we better go up and get him. If that's our guy. If Moore's our guy, then hey, they put it too. You know what I mean? So we'll see.
Well, let's assume the Raiders all of a sudden win the last 2 games and end up with 4 wins. Right? Then we have the Titans and the Cardinals. They have 3 wins right now. So the Titans are going to be facing the Saints and the Jags. So those are probably 2 games the Titans should lose, right? And then the Cardinals have the Bengals and the Rams. Those are also 2 games that they should lose. So if they end up losing out, those 2 teams, they end up with 3 wins. The Raiders end up winning, they end up with 4. So, I mean, it's really this game against the Giants is really going to make or break, I think, who ends up with this number 1 draft pick.
Yeah, I 100% agree. Absolutely. And like I said, it's once again, what does winning the next 2 games do for the Raiders other than take them from what the potential number 1 overall pick to probably 6, 7, 8, somewhere in that area again?
Right. It ain't gonna do anything for us.
Nope.
I can't tell if he's frozen. All right, well, we're gonna bring in our backstage. Hobo Raider, thanks for being on the show. Welcome.
Thanks. You guys, I haven't missed one of these in like 5 weeks. You guys are probably getting sick of them. Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yep.
No, we love it. Thank you for joining us. We appreciate it. Yes, I hear you.
Yeah. Okay. So I thought you couldn't hear me for a second. I kind of disagree with you guys on the draft pick stuff, like all 3 of you, and that's never happened before. But
the trifecta of disagreement.
Yeah. If you want to get 3, I'm probably not going to win this.
We want to hear it.
Yeah.
Well, before I get to that, I just want to talk about people wanting to tank or whatever. Everybody says they want to tank, but when it actually comes game time, you're cheering the heck out of the Raiders when they score, right? So everybody wants the Raiders to win, right? So, but I disagree on just absolutely having to have the number 1 draft pick. Worst case scenario for us guys this year, we're at 4th. That's our worst case scenario. And the number 4 pick in the first round is a darn good position to have. So I don't understand why people think that, like, oh man, if we don't just get that first pick, we might be screwed next year and all that. Like, I don't know. I just don't understand that thinking. We're getting at worst 4th. So we are going to have the 4th overall pick. And like, with all just to add to that too, with all the sort of like, the way people talk about the top 10 picks in each draft, it's not like there's something magic about those top 10 picks. They turn out to be busts as often as they turn out to be successful. You know what I'm saying? So I personally just never put too much stock in the first round or first pick or whatever. But that's my personal disagreement with you guys, because it's just how I see things. I just don't think we need the number 1 overall pick to rebuild this team. I just, and especially with linemen, you can get a lot of good linemen on both sides in the 2nd and 3rd rounds. You know what I mean? So anyway, that's what I had to say about that.
So I'll dive into that real quick.
No, I'm with you with that, and I think that's a valid point. I think where people are coming from, though, is it's probably more so the people who are stuck on the quarterback position and want that quarterback. But I agree with you. Linemen are probably maybe more important, and I kind of go back and forth. Arthur, go ahead. I know we're talking at the same time.
No, you're fine. So I mean,
I think
I agree and disagree with you. I mean, I think kind of Spicy just touched on it. Is without the number 1 pick, we're not getting a quarterback. We're not getting our choice of quarterback. Whoever our guy is it Moore? Is it Mendoza? I don't want to argue that. But, I mean, winning out, that pushes us down to closer to like 6 or 7 because that gives us 4 wins. There's the Jets.
Well, that's still not bad. That's still a pretty good position to have.
But see, we've been in that position for years. We're always drafting that 6, 8, 10 position and getting
missing
players. I'm not saying we're not getting good players, but we're not getting the players that are going to help put us over the hump that we need. We need to start building. We need to build a foundation. We need a franchise quarterback. I think we can rebuild this offensive line with all of the money we have in free agency. And I mean, that's the key for me right now is you rebuild that offensive line in free agency. You rebuild that defensive line in free agency. Bring in a competent coaching staff, which with the number 1 pick is going to make this job even more desirable. And go get a foundational quarterback. I mean, we can't keep recycling quarterbacks. And I've heard rumors about Tua, and I mean all this other stuff. We need to go.
Tua, yeah, I heard that too. I'm like, no, I do not want Tua.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what I'm saying. We're just recycling quarterbacks too much. Bring in our guy, our coach, our coaching staff. They get to go out. They handpick their guy. We mate them together for 3 to 4 years and say, you got 3 years to figure this out, 4 years to figure this out. Go do it. Go win.
But I mean, wouldn't mind. Oh, go ahead. Sorry, Omar. Go ahead.
No, I was going to say, and if we think back to the draft in what was that 2024, all the good quarterbacks got snatched up. Yep. You know what I mean? And if you look at some of those teams that got some of those top quarterbacks, I mean, some of them had a complete turnaround. I mean, if you look at Washington last season, complete turnaround with their brand spanking new quarterback. Look at the Bears right now with their brand spanking new quarterback. Look at Denver with their brand spanking new quarterback. And these are going to be good teams for years to come. And we've danced around it for a while, and we really need to grab us a top tier quarterback. Now, you're right. It is still hit and miss. Don't get me wrong, but we're never going to hit if we ain't in there. If we ain't in it to win it, we're not going to hit. We're going to just we're going to keep recycling. And this was our look. Hey, we just had a recycle year. We brought in a veteran. You know what I mean? We got us a brand new shiny running back to go with him, and we wasted it. We wasted it on a bad line. We saved $48 million for hella losses. So you know what? Keep it going. Stay consistent. Go get you a good quarterback, and let's really start building, because the reloads have not worked. The reloads just haven't worked. You know what I mean? We tried reloading how many times with Carr? You know what I mean? And we drafted him in the 2nd round, tried to build around him. We went through that process and then failed. You know what I mean? But hey, I'm going to say we had hope. I'm going to say at least I had some hope for a while there. You know what I mean? We We had a couple of seasons with Carr that we made it to the playoffs, just 2, I believe. And we got him in the second round. So hey, let's get one in the first round, and maybe we'll have even better luck than what we did. But recycling, good Lord, can you guys name? I can't even go through and name all the veteran quarterbacks we brought in and tried to recycle since Gannon. Let's go between Gannon and Carr. I'll just go right there between Gannon and Carr. How many times the recycle approach has failed? So I'll end that right there. and I'll drink on whatever we're drinking on.
I want to see the list. That's some Raiders trivia right there. That's even all of them.
Right?
Yeah.
How many veterans?
I would drink with you guys, but I'm sober 20 years, so.
Yeah.
Hey, this season I'll drink for you. Okay. Jeez, it's crazy. But I mean, like I say, I get what you say. Nobody really, like I say, we're bad. We don't have to tank. All I'm afraid of is getting lucky.
Right.
You know what I mean? I mean, truly, if I have to say it, I'm never rooting. I play in a pool. I've been in a football pool for years, same football pool. And any of those guys that's in my pool tell you, I have never picked against the Raiders. Yes, I know it's crazy. It is crazy. It's my craziness. It's my craziness. And that's because I wholeheartedly want to root for the Raiders. So I'm hella torn. You know what I mean? I am. I'm conflicted, but I'm just like, hey, just continue playing the way you are. It just looks like now all of a sudden the football gods are against us because Mahomes should be playing for a playoff spot in that game right now, damn it. But he's not, you know.
The Giants seem to be a lot tougher and a lot more greedier than what it looked like last week. So.
I'm like,
1 year we want that, right?
Right? Like, we needed this. We needed Mahomes. You know what I mean? Now he gone. Minshew's even gone. I'm thinking, oh, this is going to be a revenge game for Minshew. You know what I mean? Nope, that's not going to happen. So, yeah. You know, I mean, we're gonna make do with whatever pick we have. It's just you look at how many quarterback needy teams are ahead of us, and it's extremely doubtful that once again we're gonna see. Because right now, I think it's only top two right now, and then I think there's a drop off. You know what I mean? I mean, now we would end up, you know, would we pick somebody in the second round, or would we just say screw it again and wait till some journeyman is in the 6th or 7th round like we did last year? You know what I mean? And we'll, you know, that kid may not ever see the light of day. We've done that. I don't know how many times we picked a quarterback late in, you know, 7th round, 6th round, and they never really see the light of day. We see them in preseason, and that's about it. So I think we really got to get serious on bringing in a top tier drafted quarterback and really build this thing. Other than that, we're just doing the running, man.
So the Chiefs are starting their third, I guess it's their third string quarterback, a guy named Chris Doken. I've never heard of him personally, but listen, it's the Raiders.
Spicy, you're breaking up.
Raiders always be making other quarterbacks look like they're Hall of Famers. I'm sure.
Right.
Go ahead.
Right. Go. Long as we don't play, hey. Let's go classic and play down to the talent. Remember that?
There we go.
Like, I'm just going to go historically. Can we just, you know, stay consistent with some of the things we've done? Like, you know, play down to the talent, you know? So, hey, that's just me. That's just me.
Is she breaking up for you guys, or is that just me?
A little bit. She was, but I got her back.
Yeah. Yeah, she did. But this is going to be the game, man. The biggest game of week 17. This is it. This is our bad bowl, or should we call it the bad bowl?
I wonder what the ratings for this one are going to be.
I mean, it should be hype, dude. This game is going to be hype, dude. Have you seen the promo for this? Thank Raider Travis for that. Raider Travis, I stole that from you, so you know.
Brought the Hitman hard as a Raiders fan.
Right.
That's nice. That's nice, man. We need some of that energy. You know what I mean? Make it look good, but still lose. You know, that's it. You know, just repeat yesterday. That's all I want for the next 2 games.
Well, look at it this way. Look at it this way. We have problems with execution, right? And Bret Hart is the excellence of execution. So therefore he can come and coach us. You know what I'm saying? And things will get better.
Yeah.
Preach it.
The spicy Raider girl not know wrestling names.
I know some of them, but I don't think you guys can hear me, so I'm kind of just letting you guys go.
We can hear you now.
We hear you.
It was broken up before, and you're having like a few pixel issues, but we can hear you clearly now.
There you go.
Okay, yeah, I feel like I'm on a delay, but keep going. But no, I'm not. WWE is not exactly the sport that I'm very knowledgeable about.
I used to be. I'm not gonna lie. As a kid, that was my shiznit back then. Jimmy Superfly Snuka, Andre the Giant. I mean, I don't know if I'm dating myself right now, but that
all
was
of them,
that was it.
Well,
So
they could probably hear you. Do you want to go ahead and go through some of the comments and read them?
definitely. So Raider Travis, my guy, 17-0 in 2026, man. You know what? I'll be there with you about April. It's too soon right now. Too soon. Let's see here. What he's saying here. The question is, will the Giants play all their third strings and hope they lose? Hey, that's a strategy right there, Raiders. I hope they're paying attention. You know, let's get all the rookies out there now. You know, like, we want to play all our rookies so we can evaluate and see what we got. That's what I would do.
I'm pretty sure that they would get fined if they were that obvious.
That's not a bad strategy. They should be doing that.
They would get fined if they were that obvious.
Yep.
What does this says? What is this name here? Darian Morris. He says not getting the number 1 pick is going to ruin everything for real. Yeah, you know, I think we really need to, man. I think, or trade up. I mean, if you don't, like I say, maybe if the Giants just lose out and we have to trade up, you know, like I say, if Mendoza is your guy, if one of these quarterbacks is your guy, and I think there's about 3 quarterback needy teams out there that are, you know, right now they have 3 wins, but if we win, then I think they're going to push ahead of us. Plus you'll have the Giants if they lose out again after playing us if we beat them. And I think, you know what, I think if we got to trade up, I think we got to get aggressive if that's our guy. You know what I mean? So because somebody's got to be our guy. We've seen just too many quarterbacks go, you know, in the last few drafts, there have been some good quarterbacks. There have been more hits than there have been misses in the last few drafts for quarterbacks. So, I mean, I'm not crowning Moore and Mendoza as guaranteed hits, but all I'm saying is for some reason, there's been a lot of hits lately and we need to get one. So,
like you said, we got to take a shot. We haven't taken a shot.
Yeah.
So it's time to take our shot.
You know, and keep taking one. Hey, if you miss, keep drafting a quarterback until you get a franchise quarterback. I mean, if that's not the strategy, I don't know what is, because it definitely should be in this league. You got to have one. You know, if there's any reason why, if we want to attract a talented coach, that definitely has to be a part of the conversation. And having the number 1 pick, especially someone who loves one of these quarterbacks and feel that they can win with them, that right there can be a very attractive thing that leads them to Las Vegas. I mean, so got to do it. Yep. And speaking of coaches, you know, I just got to put this out there. I'm still stomping for Graham. You know what I mean? But I was also thinking, Pat Graham, did he work with Daboll? Did he work with Daboll? Are they from any familiar coaching trees? Because I was thinking, dude, Daboll, when he was with the Bills, he was a good offensive coordinator, you know, and I'm thinking, you know, he didn't do too well as a head coach. You know, I'm starting to mentally put my coaching staff together here. And I'm sure because I'm thinking it's probably not going to happen, but I'm still going to think it anyway.
I mean, I was doing the same thing yesterday. I kind of like did the same thing you did, and think about coaching trees. And I like Robert Saleh. And then if Mike McDaniel gets fired, there's your OC. Let him work with one of those quarterbacks. They're from the Niner franchise, so they were both under, you know, came from that Niner coaching tree. And like I said, so obviously they know each other and there's some familiarity there. And like I said, if McDaniel gets fired, which it's a possibility that he probably will, Robert Saleh, when he's dealing with that defense, and listen, I'm never going to stomp for the Niners, but I mean, I don't think he got, you know, it was the Jets when he was in New York. So for me, I mean, You bring in a guy like Robert Saleh, is kind of that AP type that makes everybody want to run through a wall. And you get a good offensive coordinator that can work with one of those quarterbacks, and Mike McDaniel, and is inventive and can do a lot of the stuff with Jeanty that he's doing with Devon Achane.
Didn't Saleh reject an interview with us this last year?
What's that?
Didn't Saleh reject an interview with us this last year?
I'm not sure if he did or not.
I thought I heard that he did.
But wasn't that for a coordinator spot, or was that for the head coach spot?
Right.
I can't remember.
I don't know.
Or did he interview for the head coach spot?
I can't remember. I just thought I heard that he turned down an interview request with us or something of that nature.
Yeah. What do you guys think about the offensive coordinator over Seattle? Is it Kubiak, I think?
Yeah.
I'm hearing a lot of
Kubiak. Yeah.
You know? I mean, I'm not gonna lie, dude. He got that offense clicking over there in Seattle.
Oh, yeah.
So he's kind of unique because he also kind of has a loaded squad. He didn't really do good at all with the Saints. So if he does, he's not proven to me that he can't do it without a super loaded squad. That would be my opinion of him. That's not to say he can't, but
once again, I'm still beating the drum on for our offense that we have a pretty loaded offense. We bring in, a talented wide receiver like a number one, and there you go. So I mean, you get Kubiak a number one wide receiver to pair with Jeanty and Bowers and Mayer and Besh, who should be further along than what he is, and Thornton, who should be further along than what he is. And let's, like I said, pair him with one of those rookie quarterbacks that he likes, and I'm good with that.
There's a receiver from the Packers whose name escapes me, who I think is available at the end of this year. What is his name? He's pretty darn good. His name is slipping for me right now.
They're OC or they're DC?
No. I'm talking about a receiver and the Packers.
I don't know, Christian Watson or any of those guys are.
No, it's not Watson. It's somebody else. I don't know, but there's a pretty good receiver on the Packers who will become available this year we can snatch up, and he's definitely a number one.
Yeah, I mean, there's, you have A.J. Brown, who's not happy in Philly, that wants the quarterback to throw him the ball.
Is it Christian Watson?
No, it's not Christian Watson. It's someone else.
Like I said, they have Wicks, they have Dobbs, they have
Jaden Reed.
Yeah, Reed, Golden, all those guys should be available. Should be, like I said, maybe Dobbs or Wicks or one of those guys. But
Romeo Dobbs, that's who I was thinking about. Romeo Dobbs. Yeah.
I mean, there's plenty of receivers out there that I think can the Cowboys pay Pickens? You have A.J. Brown, who's not happy where he's at. I mean, there's ways of going out and getting a number one receiver. We've done it before.
Is Pickens unhappy?
What's that?
Is Pickens unhappy?
I think he's happy there, but I just don't know they're going to have the money to pay him. You're already paying CD. You're already paying Dak. You're paying a lot of big salaries over there, and I don't know if you can. You're going to find the capital to pay Pickens too. So, there's number one receiver out there that we can go get and still have this, all the money that we have, plus bring in a rookie quarterback and bring in someone like a Kubiak that and pair them with, like Omar said, let's run it, a 12 set, 2 tight end set with Mayer and Bowers, and you throw in an A.J. Brown, and you have Jeanty in the backfield, and let's go.
Can we just stop and take a moment and just think about, if we have a good offensive line, a true number one receiver, how well Jeanty would do?
Right. We saw it yesterday. Just block.
I'm like,
even an average offensive line.
Yes.
Even an average offensive line.
Right. I'm just like,
yesterday what he's capable of, if just a little bit of space and some blocking.
My goodness.
I want to make a point to that, if you guys can hear me. I don't know if
you can
hear.
Yep, we got you.
So I think we've been, I don't want to sit here and, I'm sure we're tired of hearing about past players, but I just want to go on a mini rant. This is the problem with not signing players like Josh Jacobs. Yeah. I know people are probably over it and tired of hearing his name, and nothing bad against Jeanty. I think he's going to be great. He's shown signs of it. But when we keep trading players in positions we already have that are solid, it just sets us back every season. So if they would have signed Jacobs, which they would have paid him less actually than Jeanty, then you can focus your attention on building the other pieces around them so that these running backs can succeed.
Yeah.
I mean, Jacobs was probably happy that he's not here because he wouldn't be successful on the players this season because there's no line for him. But if we keep overturning these players and every position is continued to be overturned, then we can't build on those other pieces. So they need to stick with what they have, the players that are working, and build other pieces. And if somebody's asking for money and they're worth it, pay them. The Raiders have enough money to pay them. And again, they would have paid Jacobs less than they're paying Jeanty. So stuff like that, that's kind of decision-making, doesn't make sense to me. Again, I'm not a GM. I don't have the experience that these guys do, but for me, it just doesn't make sense.
No,
Got to get off the wheel.
Can I just say
I agree. Get off the wheel.
Can I just say that there's nothing better than a spicy Raider girl rant when she's actually like a little bit pissed? It's fun to watch.
I'll take that as a compliment.
Speaking of rant,
to see you and Baker Raiderette just go on like a rant fest, like a rant competition.
Speaking of rant,
been on our show.
It's been a while.
Go ahead.
Well, hey, no, I'm saying, speaking of rant, I was reading a lot of rants about this guy here, about Devin White. You know what I mean? And I did see some missed tackles and things like that. But when you got stats like this, you know what I mean? Is it just a bad season? So if you have a bad game, you just become the blunt of everyone's anger because here he goes. You know what I mean? Most tackles in a single season. I haven't drank that damn much. And broke a franchise record. But I remember him getting a lot of shade thrown at him. You know what I mean? A few games there. So what do you guys think about that?
Devin White is he's basically kind of the glue that's held the defense together in a way, man. Like he's done so much this year, like way probably twice as much as anybody even expected of him. Because I just thought he was going to come in and like be kind of semi okay, but he's been fantastic for the most part. So, I mean, he's worth another sign to me. I mean, I don't how long is his contract?
I think it's only 1 year deal.
Yeah, I'd be willing to sign him again.
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely a bright spot to bring someone in because we were just talking about how, you know, the defense would have been. I mean, could you imagine if we had Spillane and him out there? You know what I mean? Like two tackling machines. Like that would have been wow, right? You know what I mean? So it's kind of like, you know, here we go.
To me, another player who I don't understand the thought process on trading that guy in Spillane.
Yep. So
a couple guys like 3 weeks ago, I think one truly superstar cornerback can get our whole defense rolling.
Oh yeah.
If we get Marshawn Lattimore type, somebody like a Marshawn Lattimore, like I said, our defense could go to top 10 right away because we're playing very well without a whole lot of talent as it is on the defense, I think, for the most part. So a superstar corner, the corner is where we're at the weakest on the defense, right? It's the backfield, the cornerbacks. So we get one Pro Bowl corner, and I think that our defense is basically almost set. You know, Kuntz is coming along very nicely in the last 3 or 4 games too. And he was horrible for most of the season, but I think he's probably just back to 100% now and not injured anymore, and that's why he's probably playing better. Because doesn't he have like 4 sacks in the last 5 games?
I don't know. I would have to. Yeah. Somebody can look up that stat. That'd be interesting because he's definitely had a slow start. Because I thought he was going to have a huge season. You know what I mean? I was excited that he was back. And, you know, kind of saw him disappear in some games, you know what I mean? So, that'd be an interesting stat to see what he ends the season with.
That's why I brought up Kuntz. I forgot to say this. I think he's the way he's come on the last few games. I would give him another chance. I would sign, not for a big deal, but for like another sort of 1 year approve a deal. I feel like he's done enough in these last few games to earn that.
Yep, I would agree with you. We are going to wrap early tonight, Hobo Raiders. So any last thoughts before we let you go?
Just, you know, have a great Christmas, everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like,
definitely. Merry Christmas, bro.
Spend time with some loved ones and all that sort of stuff. I unfortunately got into a vehicle crash the other day, so my Christmas is going to be okay. Fun. Yeah, as other people, but like, yeah, man, I just, you know, enjoy your holidays. Forget about the Raiders. It'll just piss you off. Just try to talk about solid subjects that don't piss you off at Christmas dinner. So that would be my party buddy. And thank you for always
all over my house.
I don't even get pissed off.
Right?
Yeah.
Well, Merry Christmas to you as
having
well,
John.
and I'm glad you stay.
Absolutely.
All right, much love to you.
Good night.
All right. See you later.
So
All
just
right, yeah,
kind of going
I'll
back to
just
the topic of this show, I was just saying, would you be mad if Pete Carroll does come back?
Oh, yes.
I would.
Livid.
I'd be upset.
Livid. I mean, he hasn't shown us anything this year that, like we've said for weeks, he hasn't shown me anything that says that he deserves to keep his job, that he's pushing this team in the right direction, that I mean, because he comes back, so does Nate, so does Brennan, so does all of his staff that has done nothing to make this team better. And that's my problem is it's not so much with Pete, it's the fact that he's done nothing to make this team better. The rookies are only playing, I think, out of a little bit of pressure and because of injuries. And that's it. If there weren't injuries or he wasn't getting some pressure because we're such a bad team to maybe play some of these rookies, I don't know if a lot of them would be playing. I don't think we'd see Porter. We're barely starting to scratch the surface and seeing Hemingway. We wouldn't see Grant and Rogers on the offensive line. I mean, I would be very upset if he came back.
So I have a difference of opinion, but maybe not an unpopular opinion, maybe an unpopular opinion, I should say. I would be fine with him coming back for another season with that quarterback he brought over in Geno, because they're already paying him a ton of money. And then you get rid of him. Then you kind of clean house. You're not having to pay Geno anymore. Hopefully they've got and then that gives a couple more years to build on it. And then you bring in a coach that really knows what they're doing with the quarterback who is fresh and maybe could be a franchise quarterback. And then we really like rebuild, right? Because we're not really rebuilding right now. We're just overturning. Yep. It's not a rebuild.
Yes.
Just because they lose every year and change the personnel doesn't make it a rebuild, in my opinion. So I would say, listen, we lost for this long with one more season, and then we really focus on rebuilding. That's the only reason I wouldn't be mad if he and Geno stayed, to be honest.
I'd still be mad.
That's fair. That's fair.
It's the coaching staff to me. It's like I said, the staff that he has here, his kids, and they're not making this team better. And like I said, if we saw something from, like I said, it's one thing to lose, but when you're losing and you're not showing any signs of improvement, you're not changing anything, you're not doing anything at all to say, hey, look, we're going in the right direction. We are actually rebuilding. It's just going to take some time, and there's going to be some growing pains along the way. I can accept that. That's why, like I said, bringing in a rookie quarterback, I'm fine with. We know there's going to be growing pains with a rookie quarterback. We're going to have to live with those growing pains. But we're not showing any signs of getting better, and this coaching staff isn't showing me anything that they're making any of these players better. Because like I said, I think that the rookie class that we have is a lot better than what we even know, because they're not getting coached right. We're not getting the run that they should be getting.
I definitely agree.
You're hoping for another rant. Well, I just happen to have one ready for you.
Like, oh, look what's in my pocket. A rant.
Yeah. Oh, look what I have. This is me off more than anything. Most profitable stadium in 2025. I don't give up. Won 3 home games in last 2 seasons. That's what I give up about. This makes me so mad. The Raiders should not be proud of this. This is not something that should be celebrated. I know all of the money does not come from the Raiders alone. The Raiders opposing fans alone. I know it comes from concerts and all the other things that go on there. But the Raiders orchestrate and are helping orchestrate those events as well. And if this is all they care about is making money for people coming through Allegiant Stadium, and they don't care about the Raiders actually being a home team at Allegiant Stadium, and the Raiders don't care about winning home games or games at all, this is not something to be celebrated. End rant.
Yeah.
Yep. And it's feeding more of the whole destination thing, because, hey, what a great time in Vegas. You know, you can go party and watch your team win, because guess what? The Raiders suck. Yeah. And you know what? This is terrible right here. This is terrible. So and you'll never grow a home fan base with this. No. This is never going to do it.
So one of the comments.
Put a positive note, because we want to wish everyone a Merry Christmas. The Raiders did send
Yes.
Christmas here.
Yeah.
With let's see, we can play a game though. Like who's going to be X'd off of? Let's see, we can see who will be X'd off of the team photo next year. But no.
So real quick, just one of the comments from Coach Sipping John the Juice says, "Hey Arthur, what makes you think that Pickens wants to come to the Raiders?" It's easy, money. He's a diva wide receiver, and we pay him, he'll come. That's what makes me think that. I assure you, the Cowboys can't pay him. There's other teams that probably won't pay him. We will. We have the money. The money is what will make him want to come to Las Vegas.
Raider Travis, this is why we're brothers from another mother, my friend. Definitely we got the same hat, my brother. I'm for sure.
Come on.
Yeah. We'll let you have that one.
All right, fair enough. Well, everybody, thank you for joining us. We appreciate you joining on a Monday Night Madness.
Definitely.
Everyone, take care of yourself. Merry Christmas. We're always going to be
Merry Christmas. Go wrap gifts.
It doesn't end the way we want it to, or maybe it does, right? Maybe it is ending the way we want it to. If the Raiders end up with that high pick that we're all hoping for. But you know, Raider Nation, we go out one way and only one way.
And only one way.
Raiders!